Okay, it seems that we are live, unless if something just messed up. Let's see here. I can see your comments. Perfect. Okay. All right. Welcome, guys, to my first real ever live AMA. I've never really done one of these guys before, so if you guys couldn't tell, not only am I doing an AMA, but at the same time, I will be updating you guys on future projects, like, for example, the summer top fives, which will be instead top tens. I'll also be updating you guys on the 2020 Next Generation Film Awards, to which, don't worry, there will be an update to that. But other than that, I just thought, you know what? Since there's nothing really new out in terms of films due to this coronavirus, I thought I'd do just, a Q&A with you guys. And yes, happy first day of May. So Ever Bros, Jose Plus, Meadowland, Jordan, Kevin, James. Love you, brother. Seriously. Happy to have you on here. Let's see what else. My buddy, humongous hungalonga monga gongus. I can't do that for shit. Meadowland. Let's see. We have a lot of people. Let's see. I didn't see. Hey, Tiffany, how's it going? So here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna be here for about an hour. So for the first half of the stream, I'm gonna just be taking questions from you guys. So if you guys have questions you want to know about me regarding films, video games, life stuff, music stuff, just go ahead and ask me. In terms of questions about future projects like future reviews, to which, by the way, I do have a couple of reviews coming. Also, before I continue, hello Gabriel and hello Jack, Benner's Movie Reviews. Good to see you guys. 17 viewers. Holy shit, nice. So, um, I have beaten Final Fantasy VII. I'll have the review of the remake up. I gotta start writing the review, but that should be up in the next couple of days, I believe, depending if I have things going on or not. I'm also hold up. I got this game finally. That's not the right one. I also got Death Stranding. I've been playing this, so God knows how long this is gonna take, but I will do a review of this once this is done. Um, and yeah, actually, before I started streaming, I was basically just playing Doom Eternal on Nightmare mode, to which I'm on the Gladiator boss. That guy can kiss my ass, to say the least. And I was playing Death Stranding. Okay, so from Hector, let's see, what's the film that made you want to study films? There's a couple of them actually. The one that started my passion for films was, I mean, if I feel like if you ask any film buff, that would probably be Star Wars or A New Hope, depending on how long you want to say it, but Star Wars. I'm pretty sure that my dad, when I was 6 years old, sat me down along with my brother to watch Star Wars and just transported me into a whole new world. In terms of the one that actually got my passion started for movies, I'd say Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring. The film that made me dive deeper into the filmmaking aspect was A Clockwork Orange, so probably that. Um, Thoughts on Death Stranding. So this is what I can say about Death Stranding. I'm only 5.5 hours into it, and I'm on chapter two. And I'm actually, by the way, so I'm gonna be repeating what I'm saying in a video that's gonna be coming actually the later part of the month. But Death Stranding, a lot of people have been saying it's essentially a UPS simulator, which I can't disagree against that. But at the same time, it has a quality into which, because the game takes place in a broken nation, and you're essentially trying to rebuild that destroyed nation, which honestly, it makes you feel like you're doing good. By the way, the visual effects, not really the visual effects, but the graphics in that game are outstanding. Honestly, it goes toe to toe with God of War as like the best looking game from the PS4, along with Horizon Zero Dawn. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going. So Death Stranding so far, I'm really enjoying it. Although there's a lot of frustrating game mechanics. I'll explain that in my review when that comes up. Have you seen the lesser known Richard Linklater movie Walking Life? No, I haven't. The only Richard Linklater films I've seen are it's the first Before movie. I saw a little bit of the second one. I've not seen Before Midnight. Um, I've seen School of Rock, which is by far my favorite Richard Linklater movie. I also saw Boyhood, to which I I thought was great. I do think it's a tad overpraised, though, if you ask me personally. And I loved I loved it. Everybody wants them. Loved it. Let's see. Favorite Bofas episode so far? I honestly don't know, to be honest with you, Ever Bros, because every episode that I've been in has been a lot of fun. By the way, I do credit um, Mr. Garrison and my buddy Jerome for having me on that thing because those episodes are so much fun to do. Did I have any summer plans? The only plan I had this summer to do was well, besides going to a bunch of screenings, was to go to Comic Con this year. I was saving up money to go to fly to San Diego Comic Con. I was gonna go for the first time with the company I work for, Flick Direct. My buddy Real Jams was gonna be joining with me, and it was gonna be so much fun. I mean, I was looking forward to going not because I haven't been to California in literally 9 years, but it was just to experience the madness of a con. But no, I was looking forward to it. Um, if you had to choose, would you write or direct? Oh, direct. Writing is a really hard process. I mean, the last time I wrote something, James, it was such a long time ago. I think it was what 3 years ago. I wrote a short film script to a short film that I did years ago, back when I did my intro to film editing class, and I wrote like a like a really dumb sequel to it, and everybody that I showed the script to said that, oh my god, this actually looks like a lot of fun. Only problem is when it comes to the filmmaking world, scheduling is the biggest pain in the ass. And writing, I just have I don't know. I mean, I when it comes to directing, visualizing is something that I can do like that. But when it comes to writing, that is my biggest obstacle when it comes to writing. Let's see. Favorite aspect of sci-fi films? I don't know actually. My favorite aspect of sci-fi films, I couldn't say if I'm being completely honest. By the way, I just want to ask, I hope the microphone levels are good on your guys' end, because so far I haven't seen anything. Um, but I actually don't know what my favorite aspect of sci-fi films is. I guess the fact that, I mean, this and it's not just I mean, if I had to answer it, I would say it's not just I mean, this is not what's just sci-fi films, by the way. I would say with films in general, my favorite aspect of sci-fi films being taken into a whole new world, like would say 2001: A Space Odyssey, Star Wars, Blade Runner 2049 specifically. But yeah, let's see what else we got. The first PG-13 movie I ever saw, to my recollection, I don't remember seeing it, but from I've heard the stories, it was Austin Powers, the first movie. I remember seeing that, and my dad was like, "Dude," it was like, "If you say anything to your mother, she's gonna kill me," or something along the line when they were still together. And I don't remember if I said anything, but I remember if I did, my mom was pissed at my dad. Um, but if you guys want my earliest theater experience or my first movie I remember seeing, I think it was Dennis the Menace, if I remember correctly, because I think that was the very first time. Well, yeah, the Dennis the Menace live action movie. I think because I that was the first time I'm actually remember seeing a movie in general. Um, what are your thoughts on the trailer for the new Sony? I haven't heard of that one, to be honest, Jose. Sorry if I haven't gone to the newest ones. That's because I'm trying to go through all of them. My favorite horror comedy. Shaun of the Dead is one that comes to mind. One that I feel like that people never talk about enough is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That movie is so freaking hysterical. I went into that movie before I saw it, like just that was gonna like a dumb movie, but no, that movie's hilarious to say the least. Um, hey Oscar, how's it going? How did I get so much beautiful eyes? I've been wondering that question for such a long time. Do I wish Black Widow was out this weekend? Yeah, I mean, who didn't wish that Black Widow was out? I mean, if it wasn't for this virus, I would have already seen A Quiet Place Part 2. I would have already seen Antlers, to which I feel like that no one's talking about Antlers, which is a damn shame. Black Widow would have been out. Mulan. I actually would have seen Mulan um a while back, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, I would have been, and No Time to Die would have been out. I wait. Yeah, No Time to Die would have been out. But yes. I love me some Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, Tucker and Dale was awesome. Um, let's see what else. Isn't it? Let's see. How are you doing today? Thank you for letting me know, Jordan. How am I doing today? I'm doing well. I got up today and I've been recording. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys about a future project that I am currently working on right now. So as we all know, we're in this quarantine. We're trying to stay home unless we have to go out for self isolation or for social distancing. So what I've been doing actually is that I've been recording journal entries on my phone every day, a couple of times a day actually, and I'm putting them together to do a video called a month of my life in quarantine or a month of my life during COVID-19, something along the lines of that. And so far, the entries have been coming out really good. And if you guys like it, who knows, I might do another month, but it's just a little experiment I thought about doing. But no, today I got up and all I did today was just play some Death Stranding and some Doom Eternal. And I've also been playing the 2013 Tomb Raider game. Freaking amazing. If you guys haven't played it, it's great. Let's see. Mm. God, I love some cherry coke. Okay, so what else we got here? Isn't it crazy how Sony Pictures Animation released one of the worst? Yeah, no kidding. The Emoji Movie is just garbage to say the least. And actually, got a quick story to tell you guys. So when the Emoji Movie first came out, I had no intentions on paying to see it whatsoever, and I might get crucified for this. But what happened was that there was I got a screening for that movie Logan Lucky, that Steven Soderbergh movie, to which if you guys haven't seen it, it's a lot of fun. But what ended up happening was that I was like, well, I had planned to go to my buddy Sarah right after I saw Logan Lucky, but the problem was that the screening was so early in the morning, and once I got out, it would still be a little too early. So I just thought, well, what can I do to pass the time? And I just thought, well, I don't want to just be driving around in Fort Lauderdale, which is where the screening was. So what I ended up doing was that I realized that the Emoji Movie was playing very soon after Logan Lucky. So what I did was that I snuck into the theater, I snuck into the auditorium after I saw Logan Lucky, and I just sat it out the entire time. So yeah, not the best doubleheader. I mean, I went from Logan Lucky, a really really good movie, if not a pretty fun movie, to one of the worst movies of the past decade. So yeah. Um, and yeah, as you all know, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was my favorite film of 2018. I freaking love that film to death. Oh, if I could show you guys, um, I have to show it. Come on, I had to buy this in 4K. I had to. So first of all, before I go on and answer everyone else's questions, um, to everyone joining, hello, and thank you all for joining for my live stream AMA. And don't worry, guys. So if you're seeing, for anyone that's just joining, why it says updates, and particularly in the title, I will be updating you guys on the summer videos because due to the quarantine and the virus, it's still gonna happen, but I'll talk to you about it later. And the final thing I'll talk about, I'll leave it to you guys to decide. I will be updating you guys on the 2020 Next Generation Film Awards, to which, guys, don't worry, they are not canceled. Don't worry, I'll update you guys. Okay, so let's see what we got here. There's a lot of comments. Holy shit. Okay, what are your comments on Phase 4's new date? Um, so this is what I say about the new dates. It absolutely sucks that they've all been delayed, but at the same time, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the MCU has to offer. But I mean, what I will say as well is that I feel like if if the MCU had ended with Endgame, it would have been perfect. I mean, honest to God, if you ask me, I tweeted about this when the Russo brothers were doing their watch party for Endgame, to which is what the greatest superhero films ever made. Just saying. Um, I feel like that honestly, the MCU is gonna have to do a lot to top what Endgame did, because Endgame, that film was just an achievement in terms of filmmaking. So I love that. Have I seen Rex sequels? Oh shit. I'm just seeing the new comments. So, all right. So before I answer the next questions, let's see. John, Mothman, John, my co-host for the Next Generation Film Awards. First of all, John, I love everybody to death. I cannot wait to show everybody what we have in store. John, by the way, when it comes to Next Gen Year 5, only 3 people have seen the intro, and I could not be more proud of what I cooked up. Anyway, so I saw Aaliyah. Hello, Sam. Is your headphones? No. Uh, okay. Moving on. Okay, there's so many comments. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, so starting off, have I seen the Red sequels? 2, 3, and 4. I've seen Rec 2. Rec 2 is actually really good for a sequel considering that the first Rec was so freaking scary. But Rec 2 is surprisingly a really well-made sequel. Rec 3 I haven't seen. I didn't even know there was a Rec 4, but Rec 2 is actually really, really well made. I was surprised by it. Real James, I agree, James. Tucker and Dale is so damn good. It's so funny. That's a movie that does not get that movie deserved so much more love at the box office than it got. And I slapped myself in the face knowing that I didn't see it when it came out. Question hashtag. Oh, sure. I did not see the hashtag one, Jordan. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to look through all the comments. Let's see. What is your favorite movie review that I've done? Um, Favorite movie review that I've done? I actually have no idea. I'll have to really think about that. I mean, if you were to ask me my favorite intros, some of my favorites include the intro for Inside Out, to which I had a blast filming. When I did the review for Looper, my buddy Shane, to which, by the way, speaking of the top five, top fives will be top tens now. I'll have an update when it comes to Shane, to which, don't worry, I cannot wait to have him back in the videos. Um, the Looper intro was so much fun to film. That intro took, what, an hour and a half to do, and it only ended up being, what, maybe 30, 40 seconds. I have to check the timestamps again, but, I actually don't know my favorite movie review that I've done. I think the one that I'm most proud of as of recently, I would say was my review of Incendie, the Denis Villeneuve film, to which, guys, watch that movie. It's amazing, to say the least. Really, every Denis Villeneuve film I've seen is amazing. I think, Romy, you shut up because I knew you're gonna disagree with me on this. I think that Denis Villeneuve is the best filmmaker working today. I said it. Only no one's my second. Let's see. What is this called? X rated. Who is your favorite Putnam brother? Well, I only have one. It's my brother Alex. That guy's my bro Montana, to say the least. My favorite foreign film. Favorite foreign film is a film called Battle Royale. If you guys have not seen Battle Royale, check that movie out. It is badass the max. Other ones I'd say are Pan's Labyrinth. If you guys haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth, please check that one out. I would also say The Raid 2, which I think has, if you ask me, is the best action I've ever seen in a movie. Well, if we're talking about international action, The Raid, when it comes to more American action films, the John Wick films, but honest to God, The Raid is just so intense and hard boiled that I feel like you can't like not talk about action films and not mention The Raid in some sort of capacity. And recently, I'd say Ensandi. Other ones, if I had to say, there was one I saw in my film history class. I can't remember what it's called, but if I remember correctly, it was a film that was in, uh, it was from Iran or something. If my buddy Sarah was watching, she would know. I can't think of other ones. I know if I thought of them right now. Oh, Goodnight Mommy is really good also. That's a film that will screw you up, but it's really, really good. By the way, speaking of Goodnight Mommy, if you guys haven't seen The Lodge, check it out, even though it's a bit of a polarizing film. Still screwed me up mentally. Uh Speaking of COVID-19 Thai food, yeah, I will still have Thai food nonetheless. Log, you sound like, yeah, right. Let's see. Don't worry, I got. Let's see. Innocent, sorry I spell. Oh, don't worry. Everyone makes spelling mistakes. Aaliyah, no worries. I can't wait for Spider-Verse in 2022. Seriously, that I cannot wait for that. I love Spider-Verse so much. I actually saw it 3 times in theaters when it came out. Let's see. Favorite food? Favorite food? I sushi. If I feel like I feel like I could go a whole year with only eating sushi and eating nothing else. Though it'd be tough to avoid a steak, to say the least. Love me some sushi, chicken wings. Love Thai food. I curry is some of my favorite food out there. I freaking love Thai food so much. If I could think of anything else when it comes to favorite foods, I actually, well, come on, you gotta love a good cheeseburger. Am I excited for Quiet Place Part 2? Hell yes, I am. I was actually supposed to see that film, um, the Monday before Doom Eternal came out. I was gonna go to a screening for it, and it got canceled because of the virus, which absolutely sucks. I was so looking forward to seeing that movie. I have no idea. I need to find my copy of A Quiet Place because I want to rewatch that movie. Um, Favorite beverage? My favorite beverage, root beer, is my all-time favorite. But recently, as of these days, I have had a love relationship with cherry Coke. I love cherry Coke so much. But if I had to choose my all-time favorite, root beer is a gift from the gods. Enough said. And worst movie I've ever seen, there are two off the top of my head. My dad's in the other room, so he'll hear this. Pink Flamingos. My dad showed me that movie when I was a teenager, and it scarred me ever since. Um, and if I were to go with Pink Flamingos, is just, I mean, I now here's the thing. There's a reason why people love that movie. It's because it came out during a time when people just wanted filthy movies, and I mean, from that point of view, I guess I can understand. But at the same time, it's like that movie is just so disgusting to watch. I felt like, and I remember there was a certain part. I think my dad and I were halfway through. My Alex and a friend of his came into the house. They were just coming in. I think they just got done hanging out, and I remember actually that they saw a scene. I can't remember what it was. It may have been a scene where Edith the egg. Sorry, sorry. That shot of, oh my god. Sorry, give me just 1 second. The shot of Edith eating eggs is one of the most disgusting things I have ever seen. It really is. But I remember that when he came in, I think he said to my dad and I, was like, "What in the hell are you guys watching?" And my dad was like, "Pink Flamingos," and I said to him, "Dude, you're not missing anything." Um, I'd say Pink Flamingos is definitely up there, and another one is the Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. I cannot stand that movie. That film is just a disgrace to movies in general. How that movie, how Paul W. Sanderson made that film, and how the studio released that film, I will never understand to say the least. I hate that film so goddamn much. You guys have no idea. Especially as a Resident Evil fan, I can't. Ugh, it pissed me off so much to say the least. Okay, favorite Scream Queen? I can't really say my favorite Scream Queen. Joseph Landell, how's it going, buddy? Decide to say hi really quick. Um, where is it? For best 4K movie that I've ever seen. So I talked about this on Bofas about a couple weeks ago, but for those of you who are looking to get a 4K TV anytime soon, the movies I'd recommend, I'll actually show you guys. Give me one moment, because I mean, I will say this: not every movie that is transferred to 4K looks great in 4K, because I mean there are some movies that are transferred to 4K, but the picture hasn't what's the word for it? The transfer still looks the same as I probably did on Blu-ray, but it still looks good, but there's no noticeable difference. But if I had to choose them, give me 1 second, guys. Let's see. This is gonna be really tough to choose here. Okay. If I were to choose, let's see, let's grab this one. This these four, oh no, these five or six. There's a lot of movies, guys, I have, so give me 1 second. I'd say that would probably do it. Oh, yes. Okay, I almost forgot about one. Okay. I have a bunch of 4Ks that I would say are the best to watch because I can't just choose one. Oh, shit. That's going to be a pile right there. What was the other one I just saw? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so in terms of the best 4K movies, I would say one of them is easily Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The film in 4K looks absolutely amazing. Um, Mission Impossible Fallout, especially the scenes that were in IMAX, are absolutely amazing. In terms of older movies, easily without a doubt, that's not older. Well, technically it is. The Matrix looks brand new in 4K. As this is shining, it looks better, especially with the HDR. The colors pop so much for The Shining. Um, Also, Definitely would say War for the Planet of the Apes, and my buddy Jerome will agree with me on this. Scarface. It looks brand new. Like the transfer looks absolutely amazing in 4K. Also, you gotta go with the Dark Knight in 4K. And for the final ones, if you want a great animated movie to watch in 4K, easily How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. This movie, the HDR in general, it's out of this world amazing. And when you get to the hidden world sequence, it's unbelievable to look at. All Another one, the most important film for any film buff, Schindler's List looks amazing. And for the final two are uh, Dunkirk. The I gotta tell you guys, Christopher Nolan. I don't know if he himself supervised the 4K, but this film looks outstanding. And of course, the film that got me to get a 4K TV in the first place, Blade Runner 2049, one of my favorite movies right there. I have a huge mess to clean up. Okay. The most beautiful actress. There's a couple. I mean, my woman crush right now is Anya Taylor-Joy, nonetheless. Florence Pugh is damn beautiful. I'd say Emma Stone, Emma Watson. Um, Lucas would probably kill me if I didn't mention ScarJo. I'm saying it for you, Lucas. But let's see. Question: What was the most embarrassing that happened to me? The most embarrassing thing? Oh Jesus. Oh, okay, here's one. I just remembered this. I almost forgot about this. So you guys are gonna laugh when you hear about this. So what happened was that this was a couple of weeks ago. I want to say it was a month ago. So what happened was that this was what 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just thought, you know what, I need to take out the trash. So I closed the door going out to my place, and I went to the dumpster to take out the trash. I came back to my door to and I tried to open it, and I realized I locked myself out of my place. I'm not kidding. I left my phone and my keys in my dad's place. And I was just like, what the which never happens. And I was just like, how the because I don't know what it is. I have this like second nature thing where because the door that I have, I mean, obviously you guys have that doorknob where you have a button to press and that which has that first lock, then you have that secondary lock. I accidentally pressed in that first button again, it's like a nature, and I like pounded on my door so hard. And at that, I was trying to wake my dad up, and I told him that next day. He's like, yeah, good luck on waking me up at the middle of the night. So what ended up happening was that I'm not joking. I sprinted towards my guardhouse. I told him to call my dad, and thankfully my dad answered, and he let the door open. Yeah, the most embarrassing thing that happened to me, and also the dumbest thing that I've ever done, was locking myself out. It was on accident, but still, I just thought, you've gotta be shitting me the moment it happened. Okay, favorite 80s horror film? I'd say probably did a Nightmare on Elm Street come out in 1980s? I would say if it was an if it's if Nightmare on Elm Street did, I would probably say Nightmare on Elm Street. If not, probably The Thing, which The Thing is freaking amazing. Let's see, Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's see if that one's the one. Come on, spell correctly, Austin. There we go. On Elm Street. Am I on Elm Street? If that was 80s, I'm gonna choose that one. I'm such an idiot. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. I would say either Nightmare on Elm Street or The Thing, easily. Um, Thoughts on Jaws sequels? I only saw the first Jaws. Could care less about seeing the other ones. Am I gonna do a ranking? No, no. Okay. This is what I'll say in terms of my stance on ranking videos. I find that ranking videos, unless if that film franchise has over 7 movies, I find that ranking videos are to be absolutely pointless. I mean, I know people that do the ranking. I know a lot of people that do ranking videos. They have a lot of fun doing it, to which good on them. I'm glad that they do it. But for me personally, I don't want to do a ranking video series unless for a couple of reasons. One, there's more than 7 movies, or two, unless if that franchise or like that one part of a franchise is done. Like for example, the reason why I did the MC Infinity Saga was because the Infinity Saga was done. Actually, soon I have to film this pretty soon here. I will be doing a ranking on the Skywalker saga for the Star Wars movies. So episode 1 through 9. I will be doing a ranking video of that. Hopefully, I can have that up on May the 4th. So there is that. But no, I find it I find it's I find it pointless to do a ranking. I find it pointless to do a ranking video on anything for a film franchise that doesn't have at least 7 movies. I will be doing one with The Conjuring, just to let you guys know if The Conjuring 3 comes out, to which I highly doubt it given what's going on right now. Jeez, I'm having a lot of fun doing this, by the way, guys. Most underrated filmmaker? I don't know actually. Most underrated filmmaker? I actually can't think of what that might be at the moment. Um, one that everyone, one that I would say a filmmaker that everyone should probably know is Taylor Sheridan. I feel like his films don't get enough recognition, especially Wind River. I mean, Wind River was absolutely phenomenal. Which, by the way, yes, I did see it. I reviewed it. I gave it I believe, a 4.5 out of 5. I thought the film was terrific, except that there are parts that are tough to watch. Do not get me wrong. A Separation. I actually haven't seen A Separation. I've heard great things. Thoughts of David Cronenberg. I've only seen a couple of films of his. The Fly is amazing. I think he did A History of Violence, to which I loved. I know Jerome that thinks that film was overrated as can be. Um, you be quiet right after dessert. Although, those are me personally, I love redheads. So okay, that's right. Yeah, I think the first. Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, the thing I have it in 4K, so I'd rather see it. And plus, the thing is, I prefer to watch. Here's the thing, James. When it comes to watch movies on streaming to discs, streaming, you're not getting the full quality of a movie. Where if you're watching it on disc, you're actually getting all the memory of the movie. Nathan actually taught me that. Let's see. If I were a film director and producer, what kind of a movie of a certain genre? Oh, of a horror film. I mean, I'd make any movie as long as the idea is good and as long as the script is good. If it's not, then no. I want to promote good movies. Let's see. Jose. Oh my God. Cody, how's it going, brother? Sorry. I'm sorry I'm missing everyone's questions. I'm just trying to go down like smoothly through this list. By the way, to everyone, to everyone joining the stream so far, we got 23. I saw 28. I really appreciate it a lot, guys. I really do. This is a lot of fun so far. Let's see. How many movies do I have? Shit. Not just counting the 4Ks. I can't even tell you, man. I probably have hundreds of them. Um, answer has no, Lucas. I'm not doing the happy noise. Because there's nothing I can do it for right now. Oh, Tiffany, love your Ready Player One shirt. Oh my God. If it wasn't for Spider-Verse, that would have been my number one movie of that year. Oh, okay, James. I love this question that you sent in about. Jesus, you sent this question about 10 minutes ago. Okay. If there's one video game you could remake from your childhood, which would it be? One in particular, and I'm so upset that Capcom is remaking this. So, we all know that Capcom is remaking the Resident Evil games. They're remaking Resident Evil 4, to which I don't understand why, because that game is perfect as its own, but there is some potential. There are two Resident Evil games that could be perfect as a remake. Code Veronica, which is such a great one. I actually might download it on my PS4, even though I have a backlog of games I haven't even beaten yet. That and Resident Evil Outbreak. Cody, I know you're in the chat. I just saw your comments. You'd agree with me that Outbreak would have so much potential as a remake, particularly as a multiplayer game. Could you imagine that game remade with the with the RE engine, but with everything that made RE2 so great? I mean, that there's so much potential in that game. It's insane. Um, let's see. Let's see. What else do we got here? I like Pink Flamingos. Let's see. Would you host your online show? I mean, to be honest, the only reason why I don't do a show is because that's what I have my reviews for. I mean, they're technically my own shows. Um, but don't worry, guys. I'll have stuff coming soon. Like my Final Fantasy VII remake review is coming. I gotta write the review, and I also have my little quarantine journal that I'm putting together as well. By the way, the updates will be coming soon, guys. 40 minutes in, I'll start talking to you guys about the future projects that I'm working on. So let's see. Boo. Anyway, let's see. What do we got here? Romy. No, Romy does not love Blade Runner, to say the least. Leveling my table. You shut up, Romy, to say the least. Um, okay. What else do we got here? What's the hardest game I've ever played? Oh God, the hardest game I have ever played. At the moment, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That game is so punishingly difficult. It is crazy. Now, here's the thing. I love From Software's games. Bloodborne is one of my favorite games ever made. But Sekiro is just, and it's because of the combat system. I'm still playing it like I play Bloodborne, to which you shouldn't play it like Bloodborne. But Sekiro is just fucking hard. But there's no denying that the level of reward that you feel is astonishing in that game. But I'd say another game I'd say is really hard that I played, if I can see right here. Dark Souls 3 is difficult as hell. Looking to see other games I have on here. Oh, if you guys start Doom Eternal in Ultra Violence mode, that game will kick your ass, to say the least. Although I've actually been playing on Nightmare mode, to say the least, which is so much fun. They're a porn star. Oh my god. I knew that question was gonna come up at some point. I have too many to name, dude. At this point, I have way too many to name. Okay. Jody, I never actually heard of Jody West. Do I have a letterbox account? I do, Shiva, but I never use it. Like I started using it when it was really starting to become a thing, but I the last time I updated it was probably last year, maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago. I haven't used it ever since. But if you would like to, I'll put in the link in the description below. If ever both is on the sofa, someone asked me that. I actually have no idea. What are my thoughts on the music? Okay, when I was a kid, Timber, I loved the Backstreet Boys. I loved those guys growing up. But now, just like, meh, I'll take Metallica any day. But no, I was kind of obsessed with the Backstreet Boys growing up. I don't know why I was, but their music was catchy as hell. Seriously, I loved their stuff. Jaws 2 is really good. Jaws 2 I just heard is really mixed, to say the least. Okay. Okay, question hashtag 6. Oh my God, an underrated filmmaker. Jerome, thank you for mentioning those two filmmakers. I cannot believe I didn't think of them. So, Mike Flanagan is a filmmaker that deserves so much more attention. With his work on Doctor Sleep, Ouija, Haunting of Hill House, that man he has not made a single film that I dislike. Every single thing from him I like. And also Mara McDonough, yes. Mara McDonough is the Irish Tarantino, but better than Tarantino, if you ask me personally. Okay. What do you believe in your mind makes a great movie? I mean, there's a bunch of things that make a great movie. I mean, obviously, you have to have a great script. The foundation has to be there. The idea. Um, Now, this is a very, I wouldn't say a pro tip, but this is a very obvious tip. And Akira Kurosawa said this. Um, a great director. I'm pretty sure I'm paraphrasing this, but I think Akira Kurosawa said this. He said, "If you have a bad script, a great director can make a mediocre movie from a bad script." I think from what he said, something along the lines of that. But I can't remember the exact lines, but I remember he did say that a great director can make a bad script into a mediocre movie, something along the lines of that. But it's Akira Kurosawa is one of the greatest filmmakers who ever lived, to say the least. Seven Samurai, that's another amazing foreign film that you guys need to watch. It is over 3.5 hours, last time I checked, but it is an amazing movie nonetheless. Tommy was so. Um, let's see. What was the first game that made me cry? Um, First game that made me cry, I actually don't know. I mean, the most recent game that made me cry was Journey. Journey is one of the most emotional, mostly Resident games I've ever played. Gears of War 3, when Dom died, had me turn like a baby. I would also probably say Mass Effect 2, when I found out that I screwed up on the side quest, so that most of my characters died. Another one, if I had to think. Oh, Uncharted 4, the ending. I I was crying like a baby at the end of that. And I would say shout out to Colossus as well. I mean, The Last of Us, the first 20 minutes of The Last of Us. If that doesn't make you cry, I don't know what to say. Okay. I'm gonna find one more question, then afterwards I'm going to speak of everything. Uh Cody, I agree. Devil May Cry 3, the original one, Jesus. One of the hardest games I've ever played, but Special Edition definitely did balance everything. Okay, so here's best thing I have won, Lucas. I'll answer this before I get into my updates. The best thing I won, Lucas, was my gaming laptop. I won this thing for free. Cody, Cody, I know you're still in disbelief, as am I. So I'll tell you guys my little quick story before I go into my updates. So what happened was that approximately 3 years ago, um, if you guys, by the way, if you guys are video game fans, if you don't follow Game Ranks as YouTube channel, watch them. I only trust them when it comes to gaming news. But anyways, so Jake Baldino, who's a really cool guy, shout out to him really quick. He was holding a contest that if you subscribed to their side channel Waste Time, you'd have a chance to win a gaming laptop. And knowing that I don't really win their giveaways anyway, I decided, screw it, probably not going to win anyway, so I subscribed, and a week later, I got an email from him saying, congrats, you won this laptop, and just give us your name and address, phone number in case, and I just thought, holy shit, and Cody, you remember, you were like, wait, you won that thing? And I said to him, yeah. And I said, but I don't quite believe it. And he said, well, how will you know? And I said, well, they do a Friday show every week, so we'll see then. So what he did is we uploaded his Friday show that week. Basically, what happened was that um the first thing that they talked about was the giveaway, and they announced me as the first name. And I remember you and I, Cody, were like, what? This thing has as a champ. I could play Gears 5 on it. I could play Doom on it. I could play Resident Evil 2. I do plan on buying Doom Eternal on this thing when it gets on sale. But otherwise, yeah, this is the best thing ever that I've won. I love this thing to death. It's amazing. Let's see. But yeah, I know you remember that day, Cody. That day was amazing. Okay, so time for the updates. All right. So as you guys know, and by the way, if I finish these things before 50 minutes, I'll take questions for 10 more minutes. So as you all know, last summer, the guys and I, or really every summer, the guys and I do a top five from May till August in terms of our summer lists. But unfortunately, if you guys did see, the only top five that we made was the summer movies list, to which I felt really bad about. So I announced in that video that basically in May, June, and July that we'd be doing not just top fives but top tens. And by the way, I should let you all know that the summer movies list in August will not be happening, unfortunately, which is a damn shame because I mean, supposedly Tenet will be coming out, but something tells me it won't be. I mean, I'm highly optimistic about, but the realistic part of me says it's not. But well, so this is what we're gonna be doing. All right, so starting in May, actually pretty soon here. So what we're gonna be doing is that usually when we'd be filming the videos for the top fives and the top tens, we'd be meeting together for all the guys, but unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, we're not gonna do that. So what we're gonna do is that pretty soon here in May this month, what we're gonna be doing for the top tens. So May coming up actually pretty soon here. The live stream will be happening in the middle of this month. It'll be Shane, I, Jerome, and Gary. We'll be getting together to live stream our favorite games of the decade, of our top 10 favorite games of the decade. In June and July, starting with June, it'll be Alex, Lucas, I, and either Gary or Jerome. I mean, I asked Gary first on that one. But we'll be live streaming our top 10 worst movies of the previous decade. And then in July, we'll be doing the same thing, but for the best movies of the decade in our eyes, of course. And unfortunately, we won't be in the same room. We'll be doing it via live stream, which I feel like will be a lot easier in terms of editing wise for me, so I don't have to keep doing the jump cuts and all that stuff. But um, but yeah, just to let you guys know that the top tens are still happening, but the summer movies list, it's not going to be happening, unfortunately, of course, due to this damn pandemic, which is a shame because I would have loved to have done it. Now, in terms of the Next Gen Film Awards Year 5 for 2020 for this year, so obviously, if you haven't noticed, I originally announced that the awards would be airing April 10th. And obviously, we are way past that. It is May 1st. And not gonna lie, I'm disappointed that we couldn't air it in time. But the simple fact of the matter is that the awards are just not ready. Um, John and I are working our asses off to make it ready, and plus, we will announce this once year 5 goes on. But we want to take the show out on a bang, to say the least. I have the intro done, and I just gotta get the segments done. I have to get a certain plugin so I can get all the introductions to the segments already. But otherwise, it's just not ready. But we do have an actual release date, knowing that the awards are starting to come together. But we will be the actual release date for year 5 of next gen will be May 25th. So yes, they are coming this month. It's gonna be delayed. It's gonna be delayed longer, unfortunately. But I promise you guys, the delay is gonna make it the best show we've ever done. Unfortunately, we don't have any big guys presenting, but we don't need the big guys to present awards this year. But yes, as a way to update you guys, the top tens are still happening. There's gonna be done via live stream at this point, and they'll say May 19th. Oh, yeah. But yeah, the live streams are happening May, June, and July, just not a top 5 summer films, which is unfortunately not going to happen. And then for the Next Gen Film Awards, it'll be happening in approximately 24 days. And it'll be the same as last year, where Mothman uploaded his, um, where he uploaded his before mine, and mine goes live an hour afterwards. So in terms of that, that's what's going on with the Next Gen Film Awards. So for everyone that's wondering, it's canceled. No, it's not canceled. It's just delayed. Only reason why is because it just wasn't ready. Only because um every year when it came to putting together the intro sequence, I knew what I was gonna do, but for year 5, I was struggling. And actually, John and I bounced ideas back and forth to see what would work best. And he came with some good ideas. I'm not gonna lie, which John, thank you so much, by the way, for bouncing ideas with me. But I'm not joking, after I listened to Mick Gordon's Doom Eternal soundtrack, The Only Thing They Fear Is You, the idea bounced in my head like that. So yeah, the intro is done, and the I know I'm doing for the ending. So at this point, all that needs to be done is just to add some VO in the intro, to put in 2 more title screens to get the introductions for the segments, and to do the ending, and that's it. And also to film mine and Mothman's parts. But otherwise, it's on track to be aired May 25th at this point. Okay, so I'll take another thing really quick. Have I I'm doing good during lockdown. I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay sane. I've just been playing video games and watching movies. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna take a drive just for the hell of it, just so I can enjoy the environment, enjoy the world outside. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on everything because I know all of you are probably wondering what's going on with the awards, what's going on with the summer videos. They're all happening, just not in the way that I'd like them to be happening. And unfortunately, the awards have been delayed, but trust me, guys, um, the wait will be worth it. Um, and also, the other thing is that, yes, my journal video, because I have been recording entries every day, every, oh, I mean, every day I've been recording for like every couple of days I've been recording, and I gotta tell you guys, the footage I have gotten is absolutely insane. There's a lot of footage I have, so this is gonna be really entertaining. And for those of you asking if it's just ripping off Jeremy John's journals, no, because this is only a one-time thing. Unless if you guys do want me to do a second month, I probably will. But it's just an idea. I thought I'd rather just show you guys my life in quarantine. That's about it. What's the first thing you're gonna do once COVID-19 is lifted, I'm gonna go to the movies. Enough said. That's the first thing I'm gonna do because that's the thing I miss the most is going to the movies. Um, but yeah, I wanted to give you guys an update on those certain things because I know you guys are looking into the awards and the summer lists to which so just to let you all know, for the gaming list for the top 10 best games of the decade video, or for the live stream, it's gonna be me, Shane, Jerome, and Gary. And that'll be happening. I was gonna do it on May 10th, but I forgot it was Mother's Day, so it's gonna have to be the Sunday afterwards. Um, and then for the top 10 best and worst films of the decade for June and July, I don't know the exact dates. I have to talk that over with Alex and Lucas. But otherwise, that's about what's going on at the moment for the summer videos and for the Next Gen Film Awards. So, guys, by the way, I really appreciate your patience. John and I we're really trying to get this thing as fast as to you guys as possible, but we don't want to compromise the quality of it. And I know we don't have millions or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but at the same time, we want to end year 5 with the biggest bang possible. So let's see what we got here. All right, new comments. What have we got? Um, question: how'd you meet Jerome, Gary, and other members of um the network community? I met Jerome through my brother Alex, actually, and I met Gary, also through my brother. I met Gary through the network community. I mean, Gary and I had talked here and there beforehand, but it wasn't until I would say 2015, maybe I'd say 2015 or 2016. That's when we started really becoming close as friends. Let's see. It's okay to take inspiration from creators. Absolutely, yes. No, I'm never no. I mean, the journal thing was a thing I had messed around with for a long time, and I just thought, just try it once and see how people like it. I'm still hyped for The Last of Us Part 2. Doom Studios, I agree. And for by the way, if a single person puts a spoiler in the chat, timeout mode. Enough said. Um, I'm still hyped for The Last of Us Part 2. Absolutely, yes. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. For who's my redhead wife? Oh God, my redhead wife. Jeez. I have to really think about that one if I'm being honest. Emma Stone, if she was still a redhead. Um, I actually don't know. Redhead wife. I mean, I know a couple people that are redheads out there, but they're taken, so unfortunately. Um, let's see. What is my least? Oh, my least favorite SpongeBob episode, dude. That's such a loaded question because there are so many great episodes of that show. That's one of the greatest shows ever. So I can't really think of what the worst and greatest episodes. To be honest, there wasn't really a bad episode of SpongeBob, if you ask me. Well, nowadays they're not so great. Actually, SpongeBob is not the best these days. Earlier, it was the greatest. Have I seen Dark Skies? No, I haven't, but I heard it was garbage. Though I've heard some people thought it was decent. Um, firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. I actually got someone's number from doing that. I'm not joking. Let's see. I am going. Okay, rank my words. Backstreet Boys albums. I can't even do that to be honest. Let's see. Evo, really interesting. Let's see. Fuzz. Okay. Lionsgate tweeted that Sparrow may be delayed. Honestly, I could care less about the Saw films. I really could care less. The only Saw films I liked, honestly, were the first Saw, which is the only decent one. Saw 3, I thought was meh. 4, ah. Saw 3D garbage, I thought. I didn't even bother seeing Jigsaw, to be honest with you. Have I seen Runaway Train Store? No, I haven't. I actually have not. Okay, Hunter, yeah. Band Geeks is a great one. Pizza Delivery, Chocolate with Nuts. Oh my God, Chocolate with Nuts was hilarious. Chocolate, chocolate. That makes me laugh every time I hear it. And Sailor Mouth is great as well. I love Sailor Mouth. Oh my God, I love that episode so much. But Band Geeks, and I won a one, two, three. Brrr! Okay, this time we should play so quiet that nobody can hear us. Oh my god, that was great. All right, firmly grasp it. Let's see what else we have here. Good question to ask. Oh, Band Geeks is an amazing episode. I love that show. Oh, speaking of shows, if you guys haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's coming to Netflix in a couple of days. To which also I gotta show you guys this. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. It's my Blu-ray box set for Avatar. I'll find it somewhere. But yes, um, I have the actual Blu-ray box set for Avatar. Oh, there it is. It was right there the whole time. Um, I will be rewatching this. Thanks, Alex, for the Christmas present. Also, by the way, my leg, my leg. Where am I from, Tiffany? I am from Georgia. Born in Atlanta, grew up in Ackworth, and I moved in 2002. But yeah, I grew up in Georgia. Miss it to death, to say the least. Um, yeah, imagination. I love that part. Let's see. What else we got? We got a couple of minutes left before I call it quits for the day. So any more questions you guys have, or anything you guys want to know about next gen or the top tens or upcoming videos, just to let you all know. Final Fantasy VII Remake coming soon. Death Stranding, the moment I beat it, that is. I'll actually review some of my favorite games. Devil May Cry 3, I need to review that, I want to be honest. Um, have I considered visiting El Paso? I actually, okay, so funny story, Oscar. Um, I stayed in Texas for it was like a weekend, maybe a week, because I remember that I actually was this close to moving there because my dad had a job offer in Texas, but I remember it was like no, we're staying in Florida at this point. But yeah, we actually I did live in Texas for about a weekend, very at the very least, but a week to the very max. I think we stayed in Austin, maybe in Austin, Texas. I have to ask my dad again, but that was interesting to say the least. I remember I hated the private schools because I hated the uniforms so much. Let's see, have I ever visited Arizona? I'd go there to visit my buddy Jerome, to say the least. All-time favorite movie is Return of the King. Favorite all-time film composer, John Williams. He's the GOAT. Although others, I would say Hans Zimmer, Jerry Goldsmith, Johan Johansson, rest in peace. I know there's others I'm not thinking of. Benjamin Wallfish, I think, is rising up there as a great composer. The composer who did Annihilation, I love his music. Um, others, oh, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, I love those guys too. Favorite music genre, I'm a rock guy all day. I mean, I don't mind listening to other genres. Country though puts me to sleep, to say the least. Rap, I only really like old school stuff like NWA. I love Tupac. I love Eminem. Newer stuff I cannot stand. Um, Alexander Desplat's amazing, and Ennio Morricone, love him to death. Oh, another Michael Giacchino is one of the best up and comers today. I feel like. I would say also in terms of music composers. Oh, James Horner. You cannot forget about James Horner. But if you're gonna ask me my favorite composer right now, I would easily say Michael Giacchino. The fact that that guy did not get nominated for his score for War for the Planet of the Apes befuddles me, to say the least. Um, and also Alan Silvestri, love that man to death. The fact that he was not nominated for Avengers Endgame still blows my mind. Um, And I would probably say, let's see. Oh, the one who composed the score for Joker, Hildur. I'm not gonna try and pronounce her name, but I loved her score for Joker. All right, guys. So, uh, I mean, who knows? I mean, you might still have a chance to. You might still have a chance to maybe. Who knows? Randy Newman, absolutely gotta love it. Danny Elfman, John Powell, absolutely yes. Okay, guys. So we're coming up on the end. We're in the final 30 seconds. If we go over a little bit, that's fine. But guys, I just wanted to say once again, thank you so much for participating. Yes, for those of you who want to see my posters, so right there is my Doctor Strange poster, Guardians, Black Panther, over here, Joker, Dunkirk, Halloween, um, Ouija, and next to Dunkirk is actually War for the Planet of the Apes and Sicario. And and actually right behind this thing are my two side by side posters for Avengers Endgame from that came out last year. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for joining the AMA live stream. I really appreciate it. Look out for this month. Look out for when Shane and Lucas. No, not Lucas. Look out for when Shane, Jerome, and Gary do our top 10 best games of the decade. Also, later this month, look out for the 2020 Next Generation Film Awards. It's gonna kick all sorts of ass. My next review should be my review of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I gotta start writing that review. We want more streams. I want to stream more Resident Evil 2, but I gotta figure out how to improve the internet connection with my PS4 because it sucks. Um, my next review, Jordan, is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I should hopefully have that up within the next couple of days, if not sometime next week. But guys, thank you so much for joining. Looking forward to seeing you all once again, hopefully soon with my Final Fantasy VII Remake. Until then, I'll see you guys for my next review. Have a good night, guys. And guys, stay safe. Wash your hands. Maintain your social distancing. We'll beat the coronavirus together, guys. Just stay safe and be smart. All right. Have a good night, guys. See y'all later.